Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome to the very first video here on the I Dream of Hoops channel here on YouTube. My name is Chris Levine, and today I want to speak to you about a prior NBA player that retired many years ago and had his most prominent play in the mid 90s and early 2000s. So if you haven't already done so, which most of you guys probably haven't because it is the very first video, do me a favor, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up to help push out these videos that may help all basketball players, future basketball players, and fans of the game to get a different insight on the game of basketball. Like I said, welcome. This is the very first video here on I Dream of Hoops channel. And today I want to bring to you a basketball player that is one of my favorite basketball players in history that played in the NBA, played for multiple teams, was very successful at what he did. But the perspective that I want to give you is I want to give you a few statistics, and then I want to kind of give you a perspective how some basketball players think. So today, the theme of this video is going to be perspective. And I want to ask you guys a question. What if I told you in 6 seasons, you could have 20 plus points a game if you would average 20 plus points a game? What if I told you for 9 seasons, you would average 35 plus minutes a game? And for 9 seasons, you would average 2 plus steals a game? Does that sound like a career that you would want to be a part of? Raise your hand. I think a lot of players, if you could play in the NBA or really anywhere you go, whatever league that you play in, if you could be able to have those type of statistics, would you want to be in that position? I think most players would say yes. But let me ask you this. What if I told you that those statistics would not come with a championship? What if I told you all those individual accolades, those individual statistics would not come with a single championship? How do those statistics sound now? How does that situation sound? Is that something you would still want to be a part of? Or would you think twice about it? Hold that thought. Now, what if I told you you could go to a championship team, but you would go from those statistics from averaging 20 plus points to only averaging 7 points per game your first season on that new championship team? What if I told you that you would go from averaging 35 plus minutes in the season prior to only averaging 19 minutes per game on a championship team? How does that sound? What's the perspective of that to you? Does that sound like a situation that you would want to be a part of? Are you willing to concede to the fact that your stats and your minutes, your field goal attempts, your shot attempts may be lowered in order for you to have team success? Well, in case you haven't guessed, the person that I am talking about, Ron Harper, had the majority of his individual success when he played prior to the Chicago Bulls. Now, Ron Harper is a 5-time NBA champion. He has 3 titles with the Chicago Bulls for their second three-peat. And then he also won 2 of the Los Angeles three-peat with Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. The thing about Ron Harper that goes underrated, even when his statistics dropped, is how much of a solid defender he always was. Now, the stats don't always show what you do on offense and defense, especially defense. Right? If you don't actually get the steal, the deflection, or the block, a lot of the times your defensive energy and your defensive ability doesn't necessarily show up in the stat book. Ron Harper is considered by many to be one of the greatest point guard defenders of all time. And I'm sure you can think of your favorite ones. Let me know in the comment section down below who you think the greatest point guard defender is and who is your favorite point guard defender. But I say all those things to say this, right? In the beginning, we spoke about perspective. Ron Harper had his highest points and minutes played when he, prior to coming to the Chicago Bulls. He was already solidified as an all-star. He was willing to go to the Chicago Bulls, have his field goal his field goal attempts lowered, his points per game lowered, and his minutes played lowered in order to have team success. So one thing I like to tell a lot of basketball players is you have to know your why. What are you doing this for? What is important to you? Do you prioritize winning or do you prioritize individual stats? Are you willing to do what it takes to have team success, or are you more focused on what makes you look good? Are you the type of player that when you lose, you say, well, I had this or I did this? These are all things that you should think about when you go into a situation or an organization or a team where you're playing a sport. And in this case, basketball. I think the fact that Ron Harper was willing to drop some of those minutes to not necessarily score as many points or be that much of a main effort on offense, the fact that he was willing to do that is the reason why he was able to win those championships on those teams with the Bulls and the Lakers. So there are many players in NBA history that have also done this, but Ron Harper to me is someone that stood out amongst the many players that were unselfish enough to do that. Let me know in the comment section down below, what type of player are you? Would you rather play for a championship team and maybe not have the most prettiest stat line? Or are you the type that needs to be the main player, needs to be the one that starts the game, and you would like to see your own individual success more than you would team success? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, this is the first video here on I Dream of Hoops. If you haven't already done so, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions of a certain player you want me to go over or a specific topic, maybe it's perspective, maybe it's another topic, let me know once again in the comment section down below. Also, let me know in the comment section what you thought of this video, if there's anything that we can do to improve it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time and more videos to come.